Hey guys, so today we got a really long video. This might be a three-parter, this might be three videos, I'm not sure. But basically I'm working on this Emachine. It's a 2009 model. It's an older slim type computer. Basically we're gonna see how it runs. I did a lot of upgrading over this past week and a lot of things took me a little while to get going. Definitely I had to do a couple eBay bids. I didn't want to spend too much on the rig. This is definitely like one of my budget builds. But what the computer's mainly going to be used for is older games, just kind of like retro stuff. I got Windows 7 on it, so that's just what it came with. Emachine, they're no longer Emachine's no longer a company. I believe they were taken over by Acer or Asus. I'm not sure. I'll double check. I'll put it right over here. But basically, it's an old system, 2009, and I wanted to make it run more difficult titles, like for its time. Granted, it's not like a brand; they're not brand new titles. These are titles anywhere from 2006 to 2009. But originally, without me doing a couple modifications, the system wouldn't have been able to run it. As you guys may know, if you guys have watched any of my other videos, especially back in the when I was first creating the YouTube, I would do a lot of modifications, a lot of rigging of the computers. My main thing that really sets this channel to what it is was always let's find some old tech and try to see how it'll perform and do as much as we can with as little as possible. In this case, I think I spent about $75 on this desktop. Um, it's probably 75 altogether, maybe less. Basically, I bought a GT 730. I bought a that costed me only 12 bucks, I think, on eBay with a 32 gigabyte SSD paired. That was nice. I got a Q9505. That's one of the quad core CPUs. I got that for 12 bucks too, so that was pretty good steal. You'll see in my next videos, my later in this video, I'm gonna be doing basically what I had to do. I converted the bracket over. Again, I was not trying to spend too much money on this thing. Again, if even $8, $10, like I felt like it would just be a waste. But if you really want a system to look really nice, just buy the bracket. There's a lot of things that I did that you know you, I went cheap with, but that's just me. There's a lot of things I'll do that I go cheaper with. You could buy the bracket on eBay for like 10 bucks, but I don't have time to wait. I just wanted to get everything done. I did about 60 videos altogether to show how much we've done to the computer so far. I do everything at home. As you guys know, I've worked on Socket 775 before. Um, those videos went in pretty in depth, but I think this one's gonna go a little bit further. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna be testing games, a couple clips. I'm gonna be talking about software. I'm even gonna be talking about maybe even putting it as a server and the difficulties I came across using what has now been um, an operating system that has now been killed off for the most part, being that Windows 7 is no longer being supported. And the eMachine as well. The eMachine, because if you go to their website, there's no updates for the machine itself. Um, so they don't even have Windows Update for it. I would like to get like Windows 7 Service Pack. I have Windows 7 Home Premium. So yeah, eMachine. I don't have an update for it. I might be able to find like the latest firmware update, but I'm not sure. I mean, if you guys see anything, please feel free put it in the comments. Let me know. But other than that, with the graphics card, I'm running the 2018 update for the GT 730. Um, they have a 2022 one. It came out in December. It didn't work properly. There's a lot of things that just don't work right. Like these games, I got um, Crisis, Far Cry, The Sims 2. I believe those three games were ones that I had to switch the compatibility. I had to switch the compatibility to Windows XP in order just to run them. And then Far Cry, you couldn't really tell with the water, but the water looked like the land. It looked like snow, so it was kind of, you know, there's still a lot of things, especially if you're looking into using one of these older rigs and then trying to play video games like old ones. You're gonna need to do a lot of patching, a lot of updating, and they're gonna be hard to run. They might have some difficulties. You might have to switch the compatibility, but yeah, basically that's where we're at. Um, yeah, we're gonna get right into it though. Here's the machine. It's a Pentium 58 E5800. Um, we have 4 gigabytes of RAM, DDR3, 1333. It's going to be running the X4500 graphics. It has Windows 7 installed, and it's got a nice little terabyte drive in there. So, what I liked about this, it's like, if you could see, this is like a fairly small setup. There's a lot of wires going on down there, so I'm not going to show you that. But comparative to like a regular PC, this is like very small. So there we go. Here is Fear Perseus Mandate. Here's the game here. I got it from Savers for like $3. So this should be a nice solid win. Same thing, Crisis. Should be cool. Cool run if they let me play it. I see it's games for Windows, so I'm gonna say it might be locked out and probably won't work. Spore, I have to get the system online, so. But yes, the first thing with this rig, you're gonna notice it's got half height, low profile slots. So I believe I might be able to get a 710 or a 730 in there. GT 710, GT 730, maybe a 1030. The problem is, I'll open it up and kind of give you an overview of what I'm looking at here. So, okay, so the space between here, between the actual slot and this area is very minimal. So it's going to be an extremely small heatsink, if that. So that I'm worried about. But overall, I think I could fit a half height, something small, something maybe fanless. So I think that would be cool. I'm not gonna get a regular slot Wi-Fi card. I'm thinking I'm just gonna do like a USB Wi-Fi on the back. Hopefully the graphics card will include a HDMI so we can go right back here with it. Again, this isn't supposed to play like crazy games, but we do have a terabyte of storage. We have 4 gigs of DDR3 and 2-core, 2-thread CPU running at give or take 3.1, 3.2 gigahertz, I think. So that's not bad. We're looking at something. Got. See, these aren't very heavy power supplies, so that's where we might run into an issue. But I say as long as we keep it to something low profile, something that'll run off that, I believe it's a 75 watt slot. So as long as it doesn't max out or go above that, we should be okay. But I'll have to I'll have to do some test runs, but I think the system's gonna be nice. So, but yeah, overall we got the SD card slots, which is nice. Can't go wrong in case I mean, with this, you're not going to be doing any crazy editing. But I think this is going to be a fun little run with this. Alright, so to make some sense out of these videos, the GPU I bought had to be specifically um, a low profile GPU. Alright, so it came with a full height GPU bracket, so I had to modify it. I'm going to show you kind of the process. With this, like I said, it was very much rigged. They had the full height bracket. I took that bracket and instantly I grabbed a pair of shears, sliced it, and then I kind of bent the bracket this way it would fit in at a 90 to some extent, kind of like a 90. And then you'll see, I'll put it right up here. I used clamps. I used a clamp, and then I used one of the vice grips to make sure everything fit snug. Wasn't perfect, but for me, it did what it needed to do. Um, but yeah, everything worked out. The bracket worked fine. I didn't have to buy another bracket. And then there's a little black piece that goes right over that bracket for the graphics card. Another thing with the graphics card, I purchased it. The reason they were selling it a little bit cheaper was mainly because the fan was louder. So, what I had to do, I figured, I didn't even test it. I should have tested it and just figured out how loud is he talking about. So, these fans come either you're able to um, maintain them or they come sealed. In this case, the fan was sealed. So, personally, what I should have done is bought a whole new fan, replace that fan. But we're talking about a $10, $12 GPU here. So, what I did, I don't recommend this, but what I did just to make it cheap, I was being really careful. I drilled in the back of the fan itself. This way, I could see the rod just a little bit of the fan, and then I put a little bit of oil, a little lube in the back. This way, there wouldn't be any. You wouldn't be able to hear the fan at all. In this case, the drill was just small enough, and I was very careful. It worked out perfectly. It sounds perfect. Like you can't even hear the fan. The fan's running just fine, as if nothing happened. And everything's, as far as I know, well maintained. Was it the best idea? Probably not, but I do things to just try to get it expedited. If it broke, I would have just bought a new, $10 fan. But again, the less we have to spend to get this running, the better, because you don't want a cheap build to be expensive at the end of the day. But yeah, the fan's done. The bracket's complete. We applied a little bit of silicone to the CPU so everything's well done, and then we placed it in. Alright, so before I start playing the games with the graphics card and the new CPU, I'm going to show you a little bit of the issues we've instantly came across. Yeah, we needed that GPU, but I'll show you right here. Alright, so this is without the graphics card. I figured I'd try it since I have it. Low quality, everything. I'm probably not going to be doing this for too long, but here's a little bit of artifacting in case you guys want to check it out. Yeah, not recommended. So this is Crisis. I think it's like 1096, the resolution, something low. Whew. But yeah, here it is. We're moving. Not well, but ooh. are moving. So the game was playing on high and it just looked really bad. Now it's playing on low and it's playing great. It just looks really bad. It's very pixelated. I'm gonna have to switch that. Maybe medium. Alright, so we're ready. We're gonna be testing the new GPU and the new CPU for the system that we just installed. Yeah, it's night and day. You'll see right off the bat.
Raptor team, we're beginning approach. Stand by for training.
All right, gear up. Masks on. Once we clear the plane, form up on me.
Alright, so this is Crisis here.
Green in 5, 4.
Prior to me installing a graphics card, you guys all saw
Go!
this game was playing rough.
Okay, listen up, gentlemen. Intel reports a significant military presence on the island. We have the element of surprise, so let's use it. The North Koreans can't know we're here.
They won't even know we're here, Tom.
Can it, Psycho? Pay attention. This is a covert operation. Our job is to locate and evacuate. We're not at war here.
Not yet.
Prophet, do we even know if these people are still alive?
That's what we're here to find out. We lost
Be a King Lock.
I've heard of this guy. He must have found something.
There we go, getting right to the jump.
Whatever. $50 says this Roosevelt ain't the real reason we're here.
Lock it up, team. Stay focused. We got limited intel going in. Upcom's being moved to the USS Constitution. Till they're 5x5, we're on our own. Shoots on my command. Go!
What the hell? You see that? Merman's hit. He lost the chute.
My chute's gone. My damn chute is gone.
Get in some of the action. No artifacting yet. That's good.
Up here. Come on, let's get to Aztec.
Prophet.
So this
Not
game,
alone out here.
it's
What have you
probably
got,
running
Aztec?
between
Four-man patrol.
40 and 60 FPS right now. I believe we're somewhere between medium and high. I'm not too sure. Definitely not low quality. It's pretty good quality.
Aztec, talk to me.
So yeah, we're gonna get right into Sims 2. One of my favorite games. If you guys haven't played it before, definitely check it out. It's oldie, but still good. Here I am, just kind of adjusting my base, my house, I should say. I don't like having the second floor until I'm ready. I really prefer to have everything done on one floor. This way you don't have to keep toggling back and forth. But you can see the 3D rendering is fairly nice. Here we go right into Spore. If you guys ever played Spore, you start out as a small little spore creature. And it's kind of like Snake IO or Slither IO at first. You're sitting around kind of just trying not to get pummeled by the others. But with this is a little different because you can kind of upgrade your character. Here I'm just switching the paint jobs on the character. But you can upgrade them, give them horns, arms, different eyeballs. You can give them poison effects, electrical, all these different innovations to your creature. It's actually a pretty good game. If you never tried it before, definitely it's another recommendation of mine. Alright, right into Far Cry 1.
Punk in a red Hawaiian shirt.
If you see him, call me at once. Am I understood?
Yes, sir.
I had a lot of difficulties with this game. As far as running it, I was playing it through Windows 7, and it was playing. The water was blue, like snow. You'll see on this even with Far Cry, the water's still blue, but on Windows 7 everything was blue. So I'm just glad the water's blue. This way I just stay out of the water. Ooh. Power that weapon. Yeah, if you guys see, that's a dock, and there's supposed to be water there. It just looks like snow. So, but you can hear it's all water.
Search every inch of this damn island. Let's figure out what the hell is going on here. Can do.
You see that? Now that's probably just the floor, but if you look to your right, oh well, it's a little too late. But if you looked on your right, there's a bunch of water. The water looks the same as the ground. So right here, we're getting into Fear, Perseus Mandate.
Replicas do this? And not their MO. Or any of the other teams reporting anything at all like this? Negative. Looks like we got a unique situation on our hands.
This game's just impressive all around. Like, the name of the game is literally how I feel. Like, for an older game to have this feel to it and actually be somewhat scary, it's pretty good. I'm sitting there with my gun loaded, ready to go while I play. This is what I found weird. If you just saw back there,
Damn.
that was a Dell
This
XPS,
is not good.
almost like a gaming rig setup. It's weird
What's
to
this?
think Dell and
Put it on the
gaming,
main screen.
even back then.
Give me the encryption codes, and this'll stop. I can't do that. I just can't. I can't. You mean you won't, Mr. Bristol? You ran Perseus for Harlan Wade. And I know.
We'll decrypt the data ourselves.
We're being watched.
Kill everyone in the building.
That was one mean-looking son of a bitch. We've got to move these men out of here and fast. Sergeant, hold them off while we get the wounded out.
Don't look so worried. Just get on that turret.
This is what every game should have right here. Freaking computer controlled turret. That's crazy. That's cool. Alright, so we got a chance to test out the few games. We got Spore, Sims 2, Crysis, and Far Cry. It took a lot to figure out how to get each one running. Sims 2 and Far Cry wouldn't run properly or run at all without running it in Windows XP mode. On a good note, Sims 2 plays amazing. There's still some issues with Far Cry. I'm going to have to look up a patch of some sort probably. But another thing, as far as screen recording, is actually fairly difficult. I tried out a few applications, free apps, like Screencast-O-Matic, OBS Studios, VLC. As far as I know, they were just not responding properly, not working right with Windows 7 Home Premium. The only thing that would work was like Fraps. As you can tell, it was kind of weird because we got with Fraps we had like a few little clips, like clip by clip by clip. You know, that was rough, but it makes for an interesting video because now you got all these interesting clips I can kind of add in wherever, which is kind of cool. I thought that was kind of fun. But yeah, VLC, OBS, Screencast-O-Matic. As far as I know, they might not work with Windows 7 or at all. This is coming to be a little bit of an issue for my next topic. So I wanted to make a server system. I wanted to kind of make it a server system because I know I'm not going to always have it plugged into the HDMI. So I figured it might be worth just making it like a server. This way I can still make videos on it and then keep the power running on it and then take all the storage and send it to my main rig. This way I can make videos faster, but it kind of is what it is. Until I find a server application that will allow for that, I'm still out of luck. I tried Plex, I tried a few others. Plex specifically says Windows 7 Service Pack 3. It just didn't work out at all. I tried 32-bit. I have a 64-bit. I tried 64-bit. So Plex didn't work. Um, but yeah, the games all ran between 30 and 60. Um, all at a decent quality. So, it was a decent system and we got a lot done. But if you guys have any more game recommendations to test out, as you may know, we've done a lot of overclocking in the past. Past videos, we're trying our best on this. In this case, I tried set FSB for this one, and set FSB doesn't have the code for it as far as I've seen. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to overclock it like that. But I mean, it's fine. It's running the games I'm looking to play. I have a regular rig, so it's not like I'm relying on this one to play top titles. For me, I'm just relying on it to play older titles that, you know, XP stuff, Windows 7 stuff, all the good stuff. But and it does its required job, so that's good. But yeah, that's gonna be the end for today. Thanks again for watching. If you guys are interested in creating a stock portfolio, I have my Robinhood and my Firstrade linked at the bottom. If you use those links, it'll allow you to get one free stock while you sign up. So if you are interested, definitely check that out. Also, please like and subscribe at the bottom if you can. Thanks again for your support. If you guys want to see more videos like this, get it to the old, keep us going to the classic channel just like it used to. I'm definitely glad to keep making these type of videos, and this was a lot of fun and interesting to put this together. So I definitely had fun with this one. All right. Thanks everyone for watching, and enjoy the rest of your night.